What's going on, yo? Fox Sports All back at it, talking a little NFL here to talk more specifically, though, about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan or an NFL fan in general, make sure to go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button down below and turn on my post notifications by clicking the bell icon down below, because I do post daily videos, a lot of NFL content now with the NFL season right around the corner. You don't want to miss out. What are you doing? Go ahead and subscribe. And while you're at it, go ahead and also follow me on my social media links down below and on the screen for my Twitter and my Instagram. We can talk, chat, connect on there. You guys can ask me questions. I love to interact with you guys. With that being said, like I mentioned, here to talk about the Bears and talk about the kicking situation for the Bears, which has been a bit of a sticking point for the Bears pretty much since last season ended, okay? And it was something that we really talked about initially, but everyone seems to have forgotten about it. And I'm here to talk about it because this is a big deal. So let's get started. So this is the elephant in the room that, quite frankly, no one seems to want to talk about, which is funny because we all know how last season ended when Cody Parkey ripped the hearts out of all Chicago Bears fans by the double doink, if you will. And we couldn't even get past the Eagles as we had Super Bowl aspirations because Cody Parkey didn't want to make a field goal, okay? And listen, I get it, a lot of pressure on Cody Parkey, but listen, you get paid to do something. If you can't do it, you got to move on, and that's what happened with Cody Parkey. After that, we all know he was a dead man walking, and eventually he was let go by the Bears, which was, of course, the right thing to do. You can't bring him back. But now, we knew, heading into the offseason, kicking was a need. And here's the thing, I've been a big fan of the Bears GM Ryan Pace and how he has done stuff. I believe he's been very good. The rebuild has been very good for the Bears, and they're become a Super Bowl contender under his regime. But here's the thing, the kicking situation hasn't been addressed. And to me, I don't believe it has for now. And let me explain by talking about the fact that heading into training camp now, we've got two kickers. We don't even have the starter yet. They're going to be competing for the job, and I'll get into those kickers in a second here. But with the offseason, we didn't draft a kicker. We didn't sign a kicker in free agency, okay? So those opportunities were there. Didn't want to address it. So let's talk about what they actually did. They signed two guys, undrafted free agent kickers, in Eddie Pinheiro and Elliott Fry. And here I have their stats for you guys. And I made a video about this before, but let me rehash your memories. Okay, so Eddie Pinheiro, we got him from the Raiders, okay? Traded for him. And he has never played in an NFL game. Neither has Elliott Fry. So both these guys have never seen real NFL playing time. Eddie Pinheiro did play in a preseason game with the Raiders before he got hurt. He went 3 for 3 in that preseason game on field goals. And at Florida, he went 38 for 43, which was a accuracy record. So clearly he has shown the ability to be a good kicker. Elliott Fry, also an undrafted free agent out of South Carolina, where he went 66 for 88. And he also played in the AAF, which is no longer in existence. We all know that, the American Football Alliance or something like that. I forgot what it stands for. But he was on the Orlando Apollos. They went 14 for 14 on field goals. So that's good. But here's the thing with these two kickers. They've never, ever seen real NFL games, okay? So we can talk about the fact that they've done well in college, and we can talk about the fact that they've done well in other leagues, but the NFL is a whole different animal, and being able to perform under clutch situations when the game is on the line is absolutely necessary. And we saw it can literally cost you, a playoff game, okay? The Bears had Super Bowl aspirations last season, folks, and I was convinced if, Cody Parkey had made that kick, who knows, the Bears could have made it to the Super Bowl. Their roster is that talented, and we obviously never got that chance. So let me not dwell on it too much. Let's talk about the situation with these two kickers, okay? I like Eddie Pinheiro. Like I mentioned, I made a video about him before, and I do believe between him and Elliott Fry, I do believe Eddie Pinheiro, if things stay to form and we don't bring anyone in, he will win the job. But again, he is unproven. What I had wanted the Bears to do, my suggestion was to go out and get a veteran kicker, a guy like a Matt Bryant, who I believe is still a very good kicker. He was on the Falcons for a lot of years. Last season went 20 for 21 on field goals, so 95% or somewhere around there. He's a career 86% from field goals. So a very accurate kicker, okay? Not Robbie Gould, who we also wanted, but he's now signed with the 49ers, but still a very good kicker nonetheless, okay? And the reason I wanted them to bring a veteran kicker in is because I did not want the Bears roster to depend on unproven guys. And then now if they, mess up, we're back to square one where you didn't really address it and you got, your heart's let down because the guys that you brought in haven't really done anything. So I was a fan of them bringing in a guy like a Matt Bryant who's actually made big kicks in this league. Now, again, they didn't go in that direction, but I'm going to give Ryan Pace the benefit of the doubt. Like I mentioned, I believe Eddie Pinheiro wins the job over Elliott Fry, but this is going to be a learning curve because we're just going to have to see how he does. Here's my one issue. If Elliott Fry or Eddie Pinheiro, whoever ends up being our kicker, ends up, kind of struggling early on, middle of the season, late in the season, whatever it may be, if he struggles, do you pull the plug on him? Because here's the thing, kickers and their psyche, it's a thing, folks. You can't just pull a kicker if he doesn't do well and then bring him back in whenever you want. No, it's more of a mental thing, more so than a physical thing sometimes. For a kicker, you gotta trust the guy. So even if he misses some kicks, you might have to stick with him to make sure that his confidence is still there. If I'm a kicker and the second I miss one field goal and my job is on the line and I'm cut, I'm going to be, under a lot of pressure and I might miss, okay? So you want to give the kicker the confidence that, hey, look, we believe in you. Go out and do your job. If it doesn't happen, it's still your job, but obviously you need to perform, okay? So that is why I wanted them to go in with a veteran who's been there and done that. So that's my issue is if you do go with one of these undrafted free agents and you don't bring anyone in, make sure you do stick with them and not play around and, have a revolving door with kickers, okay? So to me, heading into the season, if we do go with these guys, I'm not going to feel great about it until, of course, I see them perform. I still wanted them to bring a veteran kicker in. It could still happen during the season, but whoever your guy is, Ryan Pace, or if anyone on the Bears, front office is listening, please, whoever you're sticking with, make sure you give him a legitimate chance and don't play this game, with the kicker where you're just pulling him right quick, okay? Because to me, the psyche for kickers matters. So to me, again, I don't believe they addressed this situation as best as they could have. I would have liked a veteran kicker, but these are the guys we're going with in training camp. Let's see what happens. I believe Eddie Pinheiro wins the starting job, but that's just my hunch. Let me know what you guys think. Would you guys rather the Bears sign a free agent and bring in a veteran? There's other guys like a Mike Nugent out there, Phil Dawson's out there, I believe. Or would you guys rather go with the unproven guys? And listen, Robbie Gould was I believe, undrafted free agent. He turned into a Bears legend. So who knows? It could happen. But I'm just saying. So there you have it, folks. Those are my thoughts. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. Leave a comment down below if you agree or disagree. And let me know. As always, thanks for watching.